Oh, hey, good news, everyone. If you have a massive student loan debt, some of it's getting forgiven by the United States government. Well, some of it for some people somewhere. We'll get into more of the details, but this is just such an obvious, don't pay attention to everything that we're doing. We're just going to give you some scraps and hopefully you'll, keep this in the front of your mind when the midterms come up. Make sure to vote blue. And then at the same time, oh yeah, we'll forgive this one debt, but then with rapid inflation going on, you're just going to end up, paying us back anyways with the different taxes that are out there. Don't mind any of that stuff, but nobody over $400,000 is going to end up paying more under the Biden administration. Remember that lie that came out there? Wasn't that nice, but if they wanted to do, and we're going to talk about the Department of Education and the Democrats as a whole, okay? If they wanted to address student loans being astronomically high, which, just by looking at the numbers themselves, I totally agree. It's completely and utterly unforgivable how expensive these loans are. Like, people are paying off their loans tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars for years and years and years, and you cannot claim bankruptcy on those. So even if you completely and utterly fail in your life, you still have to pay back the government for all this stuff. But this is like going in and redoing a lap band surgery for somebody who relapsed and put on another 150 fucking pounds after they got gastric bypass surgery. It doesn't address the core issue that the funding of this institutions by the federal government creates this artificial scarcity and it creates the inflation of the cost of the tuition to begin with. So the fact that you're just forgiving student loan debt, it really doesn't do anything, and especially for as few people as it's actually affecting, and what you are hoping to accomplish by doing this. It's such an obvious power play to just buy votes while at the same time obfuscating from the bigger problems in the world. But we'll get to that shortly. New changes to 2 federal student loan programs will immediately wipe out debt for 40,000 borrowers. Wow, that's like, what? How many people are totally enrolled at, a handful of colleges in the United States? Like, it's really nothing, but whatever. And bring 3.6 million closer to relief, the Education Department said Tuesday. Thank God. Oh, you're doing the Lord's work here. The changes will fix long-standing failures for the people that elected to pursue a bachelor's degree or a master's degree in gender studies. Like, is that the failure that you're trying to address? I doubt it. In public service loan forgiveness and income-driven repayment programs, officials said. Once the changes are implemented, 40,000 borrowers will have their debts erased under the PSLF program. More than 3.6 million borrowers will also receive at least 3 years of additional credit towards IDR forgiveness. Cool. I don't know specifically what that is, but you know what the headline there. Oh, student debt forgiveness is on the way. Yay, that sounds so wonderful. Another campaign promise fulfilled by the Biden administration. Isn't it wonderful? Uncle Joe's out here looking after the little guy. Specifically, the department said that it is working to end what it called forbearance steering, the practice of the loan service companies pushing borrowers into forbearance rather than helping them access an IDR plan. Like I said, I don't know a whole bunch about the internal workings of all this stuff. It just sounds like it's so fucking complicated and so bureaucratic in order to get or repay or properly get the assistance that you need in order to get a student loan. Like, ugh, God, that's why we should just get rid of all government. But whatever. According to the federal student aid, sorry, not the student aid. I'm not 90 years old. Now, the borrower is always responsible for paying the interest that accrues during the forbearance period. Yeah, that's just total fucking AIDS. Like, that's one thing that they could do. Like, if they wanted to address student loans, just don't have any fucking interest on them. Okay, we're gonna loan you this money, but outside of that, and it's like, just pay us back. That'd be great. Or just not compound interest. That would be cool too. But no, we'll just forgive some of them in some certain categories. The borrower will have to recertify information such as income and family size each year in order to remain on the repayment plan. Yeah, so more red tape, obviously. It's not unreasonable, but still. A borrower advised to choose an IDR plan instead of forbearance can get a reduced payment, staying in good standing, and make progress towards a loan forgiveness. A borrower advised to choose forbearance, particularly long-term consecutive or serial use of forbearance, can see their loan balance and monthly payments grow due to interest capitalization and lead to delinquency or default, the department said. To address the issue, Education Secretary Miguel Cardona said he has directed the FSA office to restrict loan service companies' abilities to enroll borrowers in forbearance by text or email. How delightful. Conduct an external review of how forbearance is being used and work with a Consumer Financial Protection Bureau to do regular audits of forbearance use. Blah, 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 skip ahead. The department has so far canceled more than $17 billion in debt for 725,000 borrowers. Those are some nice numbers there, but the fact that they tell you the numbers wrong, they don't give you the percentages of the amount of people that they're actually helping, kind of tells a story there, because 725,000 people, that's a lot of people. But how many people in total have student debts, okay? And $17 billion, like I said, a lot of money, a lot of individual numbers there, but how much student loan debt is actually out there spread across everybody who has it, I think is probably a little bit higher than 17 billion. That includes $6.8 billion for more than 113,000 public servants through changes to PSLF, $7.8 billion for more than 400,000 people with severe disabilities. Why were they going to school to begin with? Just to, study and studies? Like, wiggle your middle finger twice for plugging in code into the algorithm. $1.2 billion for those who attend now defunct ITT technical institutes. You went to student loan debt forgiveness because you went to an online university. Cool. Good choice. And about $2 billion for 105,000 students who claim to be defrauded by their school. Oh, okay, cool. They claimed for it, so they were just, no, that's fine. They were probably told that they could get a job with underwater basket weaving degrees. That sucks. But like I said at the beginning, it's like, this is just such a, don't pay attention to the guy behind the curtain or anything, the guy pulling the strings. Here's a little bit of debt forgiveness, okay? Meanwhile, every other price is going through the fucking roof. If you can even buy the products, if they're even on the fucking shelf, theoretically. This is just one singular instance. U.S. gas prices, which had been falling in recent days, how much? From the record highs in March, have begun to rise once more. Wow, did all of those strategic reserves give out so far? Well, to be fair, they aren't set to be released until May anyways, have begun to rise once more based on data from AAA. Regular gas prices averaged $4.11 per gallon nationwide on April 20th, according to AAA, up 0.75% when compared to $4.083 per gallon a week ago. However, the current price is 3.31% less than 4.255 per gallon a month ago. It was better than it was, but then it's worse if you compare it to other metrics as well. It's lovely. You can just pick whatever numbers that you want in order to make it either look good or really bad. Long and short of it is you're overpaying for shit that is fucking meters under the ground if some dumb cunts would just let you fucking drill for it. The highest recorded price for regular gas was $4.33 per gallon on March 11th. Some experts think, well, actually, that gas prices will continue to go higher. Tim Clausa, global head of energy analysis at the Oil Price Information Service, called the gasoline market still scary. Yeah, it shouldn't be, but and does not believe that $4.33 per gallon will be the highest price in the coming few months. The Russia-Ukraine conflict, where we don't buy gas and we don't buy natural resources from Russia anymore, even though it accounted for less than 10% of the amount of natural resources that the United States imported. But don't mind that. We can just blame it on that, or you can blame it on the supply crisis, or you can just blame it on the pandemic. Whatever the fuck you want. Never take responsibility for anything. That's the wave of the future, my friends. As long as it looks as though European countries are heading towards some further restrictions, it's difficult for the market to drop for more than 1 or 2 days. However, not everyone thinks that the upward trend is sustainable. Due to gas prices rising in both Florida and Maryland recently, the national average edged higher to $4.09 a gallon. Whenever the Great Lakes states jump, it will go up, and otherwise expect a drift down. Oh, okay, cool. You can eventually expect a drift down. Remember, the strategic resources and the strategic reserves are going to get flooded into the market 1 million barrels per day for 3 months. Yeah, fucking bank on that. So yeah, if you got a useless degree from a fuck stick university, And some humanities major where you're just, I don't know, got a nice handy piece of wall art while you're doing shift work. I guess you might have some sort of a fucking forgiveness for your atrocious student loan. Meanwhile, like, everybody's well aware prices are going up all the way around you. So welcome to the world in 2022. With all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.